Ojibwe, named Eloise Kiana Kingbird. Hi, my name is Kiana Kingbird. I am Mi'kmaq and Ojibwe registered and currently living in Eskin-Okotoks First Nation, which is located in New Brunswick. I just want to give a shout out and a big love and special wish to the Native Friendship Center located in Halifax, as well as the Powell Committee for giving us this opportunity to gather together in a roundabout way. So, for a little bit about myself, I'm a somewhat recent graduate at St. Thomas University, where I graduated with my Bachelor of Arts with a double major in Criminology and Sociology. And I currently work with the John Howard Society, which is a nonprofit organization that focuses on understanding the consequences as well as the effects of prison reform and the criminal justice system that we have in place at the moment. When I first started dancing, I was, I believe, 3 or 4 years old. Typical when you first learn how to walk, you start to dance too. And I danced contemporary fancy shawl while I lived in Minnesota. When I moved to Canada around 9-10 years old, I continued to dance fancy shawl with my family that lives up here. And in my teen years, I drifted away from the powwow world. When I had my daughter, I made sure that she had the same experience as I did growing up, where she was dancing as soon as she could walk. But I felt that I needed to put myself back onto the powwow trail to be able to provide a solid role model, so that way she could have someone to look up to instead of just an idea to look up to. So I started dancing jingle as an adult, and after a while I felt like my roots were still located as fancy shawl, but my style was a little bit different. So I dance old style fancy shawl. It's one of the evolutions of fancy shawl. So one thing that's interesting is that fancy shawl is one of the newer styles of dancing, and even though it's a newer style, it has quite a few evolutions to it. And so I like old style fancy shawl, which really picked up popularity in the 60s, and it's more subtle shawl work, but a lot more fancy footwork. But whereas I started dancing fancy shawl in the 90s, so I like to pay respects to the era in which I started dancing by including some contemporary 90s shawl work. So that's just my own personal thing. So I'm going to start off with a straight, and maybe from there we'll go with the southern, just because I was hoping to travel a bit this summer. That's not looking like it's going to happen, so I'm going to take the opportunity to allow Southern Style to sing me a song. Thank you. Okay, let's see. again. So I just wanted to end on a positive note and share my gratitude for being able to dance today. You know, I started dancing last night for this video and I just couldn't get into it. I wasn't feeling myself. I wasn't feeling my songs, and I realized I was too into the perspective of doing it for a video as opposed to just dancing to enjoy myself. And so today we have a humidity streak, and we had the heat warnings here in New Brunswick. And I was so nervous to dance today, but as soon as I had my regalia on, I just felt like I'm home, you know what I mean? Where you're wearing your regalia and you feel a little bit sweaty, but you're used to, you're acclimatized to this hot weather. So I wanted to extend my gratitude to everyone on the powwow trail for always making it feel like home. And even though you all aren't here, I had that little rush of nostalgia before going to a powwow, and sitting here, I got this sheen of sweat going on, and when you meet up with your friends and everybody's all sweaty and you're saying you're sorry as you're hugging them and stuff. And I'm really grateful that we can gather in this method, even if it doesn't feel the same, because today I got some of those remnants of that feeling, and I feel really good because I've been dancing quite a bit today. And it's so important to make sure that your mental health and your physical health are connected, and I'm feeling better today than I've felt in a while. Last night too as well. And so I'm just going to end on that note. Thank you all. I love yous, and I'll see yous again.